The region of War Jaintia lies south of Jowai. It is an area that is known for its horticultural wealth, such as the betel leaf, betel nut, pepper, turmeric and oranges to name a few. Today we are travelling via Amlarem, the sub-divisional headquarters, about 95 kilometers from Shillong, en route to our destination, which is 10 kilometers from Amlarem. We had to bypass Jowai and head south. The road was good all along and the drive was an enjoyable one. On our way, we stopped by Jaran, a village which sits on the border between Jaintia Hills and Khasi Hills, separated by the Umngot River. We entered into the narrow lanes to the west end of the village, overlooking the Umngot River Valley and the picturesque Khasi Hills on the horizon. The Umngot River meanders and snakes through the valleys and canyons. This is rugged country, but all along the river, man had tamed the land, cultivating the seemingly impossible terrain with a variety of horticultural crops like oranges, betel leaf, bay leaf and broomstick grass. From Jaran, we moved to the sub-divisional headquarters Amlarem, a bustling market centre of the War Jaintia area, situated on a plateau about 27 kilometers from Jowai. From Amlarem, we take a right turn towards a destination, Padu village, which is 10 kilometers to the southwest. Today we are in Padu village, about 37 kilometers from Jowai. It's a very old village and in the past it was well known for its oranges. And recently people have started coming here because it's a tourism destination. Tourism destination for its waterfalls and root bridges. Come with me as I take you through the sights and sounds of Padu village. Padu sits atop a plateau. On top, the village looks like any nondescript village with its cottages, schools, churches, crisscrossed by a number of motorable lanes and footpaths. There are three localities, namely Padu Ba, Padu Mausku Mission and Padu Maujallang. There are around 418 households and much of the village original clans are that of the Mukim, Poshna and Pothmi clan. The members of the Padu Ba Integrated Village Cooperative Society received us and guided us on a journey inside the age-old network of relationships with the environment and the villagers' challenges and innovative approach to solve their problems.
Kat banang mi kis ngi kisnem kar komrep jong ki nong shong snong jong i hang neng yo I ba menchua kidang yarep yo sok nyam trang yo I ba kasnong kalong ka bapahu pahai tan rei nadu ba no sok nyam tra ula yo kinai kenja jing pangim tip namar ting yo ikeng ba kadon ka jing kta ha ka kam ka liang ka yo ka kot jong kinong song snong tementa kia kat balak sne kia persyang ban rep daun no sansar te kidon kilong yeng ki bayarep yo tempo syaki than ngot te mentapat nadu ba myo syu ban kata kayo ya dia tit bat kita ki Bangladesh hayo dauki teng yo iba kador jong no tempo ru bang yarep ki sem jing ki nang nong rep tempo nomar ya yeu syu komba menswa kumba yo ban ya dia tit bat kita ki beri bawan na bang nepok Bangladesh. Kidon katu katne ki school ki ba penjaj da kasnong kidon bat ru kumju ki school ki ba penjaj da ki balang ki ba pher ki sem jing kine ki khna ki ba mi na ki jakah ki banong kondong kham tam kum hakine ki snong jongi rewat la kataru ngikum hang ne hapo snong ila persyang ban seng ya ka wei ka school da ki English medium namar ngi kwa ba anda kine ki khna ki lami na kane ka snong ki ru kin kham yala bat kita ki bri ki im sesor kasnong kelaseng ya kawai kata ka school English medium ngidon ki lower primary kumba santli ngidon ki upper primary artli ngidon ka secondary kawai ka bat ka higher secondary kawai.
There are 8 lower primary schools, 2 upper primary schools, 1 secondary and 1 higher secondary school. There is 1 government dispensary and the village falls under the traditional jurisdiction of Jowai Elaka. The traditional skills of weaving floor mats were a bit different from what I've seen before. These women were actually weaving mats out of a leaf, and the end product was a beautifully textured, smooth and soft, something unique and beautiful. The plant is a kind of a shrub with long leaves which they call sindua.
What you see here is a traditional mat or shilya as we call it in our language. Normally this is made from cane and bamboo. It's woven from cane and bamboo, but over here they make it from a leaf which these women are extracting right now, and this is something very different, and we are glad that we've come across these artisans and craftswomen who have woven these leaves into something really nice, and the texture of this mat is really beautiful and soft.
We were soon on our way to the river valley which sustained Padu's way of life and provided the villagers their livelihood. A number of members of the village community accompanied us on our way to the orange groves, the root bridges and waterfalls which were some distance away. The trek to these places were a tricky one as the stone trail were very slippery and we had to use bamboo poles to prevent any slipping along the way. Along the trail we stopped by the ropeway used for transporting the crops from the valley below. It looked rusty but was still of some service to the villagers ever since it was installed. Padu is also known for its medicinal plants. The village is eco-friendly and also has 2 sacred groves, namely Lau Kentang, Amnisor and Diken Lau Kentang. It is also home to large tracts of the Khasi Mandarin orange, besides some beautifully crafted root bridges. The more prominent root bridges are the Jingking Sua Amkrang and the Jingking Sua Kabang, which were built over the river Wa Amdep. The other two bridges were the Jingking Ambaliat and Jingking Linti Hinriam. As we descended to the river valley, we met some of the villagers carrying baskets of oranges and a kind of stem which was used by the traditional healers. The stem is known as Shriyo Marid, and this was the first time that we had seen anything like this.
We are in a section of the trail going down to the river, and we've just met this young man carrying this basket full of these, stems. And when I tried to find out what the stem smells like menthol. They call it Shriyo Marid, and it's used by the traditional healers who come here and buy the stem at the cost of 30 rupees per kilo.
Broom grass cultivation is widespread in Padu village, but lately the farmers have complained that the prices for this crop has dropped, and some of the farmers told us that it was not profitable anymore to grow broom grass. Besides, it was not good for the soil and consumed too much water, resulting in drying the land around.
Padu is also known for its oranges. Truckloads of oranges used to be exported to Bangladesh, Karimganj, Joai and Shillong. And we were fortunate to meet this young man here who is on his way back to the village to carry these oranges for the market. These are the Khasi Mandarin, and I'm going to taste some just to find out how sweet these oranges are. Very sweet. Just a short distance from the village, and we've come to this Wa Amdep, and this is a perfect specimen of a Ficus elastica. I never expected this. This is a majestic example of a root bridge. One of the best root bridges ever in the Khasi Giantia Hills. This is also a surprise for me. As I walk here, this bridge bifurcates at the entrance into two twin bridges. Well, this is something. This is a surprise.
From the root bridge, we moved on and climbed a hill to reach the orange groves of Padu. We walked past some broom grass land, and what caught our eyes was something which was unexpected. On the trail, we came across a network of bamboo channels, also known as the bamboo drip irrigation, a unique and indigenous innovation of channeling water through bamboo channels to the beetle leaf vine. The beetle leaf vine requires drip irrigation to grow well, and this technology of watering the roots of the beetle leaf vine were used by our ancestors for hundreds of years.
So what you see here is an ingenious way of irrigating the beetle leaf plant. This is the indigenous bamboo drip irrigation, an innovation by our forefathers who take the water from up there, channelize it through these bamboo stems, which they have cut in such a way that they form a network. If you look at this, this is a ordinary looking piece of bamboo which has been cut. But when you put it here, it is a channel of water that takes it to the beetle leaf roots up there.
From the beetle leaf and bamboo drip irrigation, we moved on to the orange groves on the hillside, passing through a small root bridge.
If you look from afar, this looks like a very thick forest. But as you enter into this area, you see this Khasi mandarin on the trees. And this is such a pleasant sight. I never expected to see so many oranges here.
The south-facing slopes were used for planting oranges as they receive sufficient amount of sunlight, which the orange trees require a lot. It is a well-known fact that south-facing hill slopes are suitable for planting crops like oranges, bananas, betel nut, betel leaf, and others.
On the Padu trail, we've come again across another root bridge.
We make a return to one of the waterfalls which was a potential tourist attraction. The waterfall Khirdeng Kahat drops into a deep pool which according to the villagers is home to big-sized fishes. We spent some time enjoying the tranquil green surroundings of the waterfall. Padu, with its ridges, orange groves and waterfalls, is an emerging tourist destination. There is a tourism society in the village which has started working on promoting tourism. The friendliness and hospitable nature of the villagers is an added value for tourism to take off in the near future. We were soon on our way on a long trek, walking along the riverbed of Wa Amdep. It was a difficult trail, upstream over the boulders and across the steep banks of the river, but we enjoyed every moment of our walk. The river was with less water this time of the year, but the rainforest all around was amazing. It was a pristine and organic environment, still unpolluted by man. We never expected Padu to have such beautiful places. The village on top of the plateau was a stark contrast to the evergreen, lush river valley which sustained the livelihood of the villagers. This journey today is an experience which has captured our imagination. There is an easy way to the route bridge, but this off-track, out-of-the-way route was something which we willingly chose to do because of the adventure involved. Besides, it was a shortcut.
Okay. Sekarang tu?
Oh, scam how ne?
Dua?
Ini ru scam. So le nadu nak try. Kit tempur lah long dekat tu keting. Penak banjir ni.
Our guides moved with agility, unlike some of us who are not used to this kind of terrain. But we survived and handled the challenge quite well without hurting ourselves.
So that was a very difficult trail on the way to another route bridge here in Padu. But this is really a tropical forest. This is a rainforest and it's so beautiful out here. The river, you can see the river is so sparkling clean, and all around me the environment is just awesome. So this is what you call a rainforest, and we've just come across this waterfall, this beautiful waterfall on my right hand side. Kshat Ambaliat. After that rugged trek, this was one kick-ass trek, and this is what we came here for. I've seen many route bridges in my life, but this is the best. This in Padu will qualify, in my eyes, to be one of the best route bridges I've ever seen.
After the tough trek, we finally reached our route bridge, which looked like a ship from afar. It was, according to me, a spectacular structure, something which this rugged trek will not deter me from doing the trail again, just to approach the bridge from downstream and get this amazing view. At this juncture, all the slipping, sliding and risks was worth it. It was a befitting end to our journey. This is priceless.
We've come to the end of our journey here in Padu. We have seen incredible places, done a rugged trek, bamboo drip irrigation, root bridges, oranges. What more can you ask for? This is an emerging tourist destination. We're going back with very fond memories of Padu. Until we meet again in another village.